Stranger Things is just a sci-fi show, right? That's what they want you to think. But what if I told you that the monsters, the mind control, the missing kids, it's all based on something real. Something the US government tried to erase from history. This isn't a theory, this is the Montauk Project. And the deeper you go, the darker it gets. Stay until the end, because what you're about to hear might explain why Stranger Things was almost called something else entirely. Montauk. Before Stranger Things hit Netflix, the Duffer Brothers had a different show in mind, a darker one. A show originally pitched under a different title, Montauk. It was going to be set in Montauk, Long Island, a place with chilling rumors, abandoned military bases, and enough real-life horror to put the Upside Down to shame. At the heart of it all was Camp Hero, an actual decommissioned Air Force base hidden behind rusted fences and keep out signs. But beneath the surface of the radar facility was something much more secretive. Underground tunnels, bizarre machines, and witnesses who claimed that what went on there was nothing short of government-sponsored horror. The Montauk Project wasn't just a conspiracy, it was a series of alleged experiments that began sometime in the late 1970s or early 80s. According to multiple whistleblowers, the US government was conducting clandestine tests on children, particularly those with psychic potential. One name rises to the top of every account: Preston B. Nichols. He was an electrical engineer who claimed he worked at Camp Hero on classified projects. Nichols says he helped develop mind control and psychic warfare programs. According to him, the goal was terrifying. He was quoted as saying, "We were trying to weaponize the human mind. They wanted to amplify psychic powers, open portals to other dimensions, and even develop invisible soldiers, just like Eleven in Stranger Things." The Montauk Project wasn't a standalone operation. It was supposedly a continuation of Project Phoenix, itself an offshoot of the infamous Philadelphia experiment, a 1943 Navy experiment that allegedly made a ship disappear from existence. Under Project Phoenix, scientists at Camp Hero developed something called the Montauk Chair. This device supposedly used electromagnetism and psychic energy to manifest thoughts into reality. They claimed that gifted children, when strapped into the chair, could move objects with their minds, access remote viewing across time and space, and even open wormholes. One whistleblower named Al Balick claimed that he and others were sent through time, literally jumping through dimensional portals open beneath Camp Hero. He said children were being abducted off the street, subjected to brutal tests, and many never returned. We erased their memories when they were no longer useful. Some were never seen again. Anonymous Montauk Insider. Skeptics are quick to dismiss the Montauk Project as fiction, but here's the thing, the photos exist. Rusted hallways beneath Camp Hero, surveillance equipment that was never declassified, strange underground facilities with wiring far beyond their era, radar arrays pointing into the void long after the base was supposedly shut down. Local residents have long reported power surges, radio interference, and even strange voices on frequencies near the park. Some claim they saw uniformed guards entering places that were supposed to be sealed. And perhaps most chilling, people say they've felt something in the air, something watching. The Duffer Brothers have admitted it themselves. They took inspiration from secret government programs when writing Stranger Things. But it wasn't just inspiration. Eleven was raised in a lab. So were the Montauk kids. Eleven can open gates to another dimension. The Montauk Chair allegedly did the same thing. Telekinesis, remote viewing, psychic combat, it's all in the declassified archives, under names like MK Ultra, Artichoke, and, yes, Montauk. One version of the original pilot script for Stranger Things even described a scene identical to Balick's account, a child strapped to a device, screaming as scientists try to push them through a dimensional gate. Coincidence? Or disclosure disguised as entertainment? So how did all this come out? Why haven't we seen more? Because every time the Montauk Project gets media attention, it vanishes. Reports get buried, articles disappear, whistleblowers are labeled delusional. Preston Nichols, before his death, claimed his phones were tapped. His home was broken into, his notes stolen, and Balik, he vanished for years before resurfacing with heavily altered memories. To this day, Camp Hero is open to the public, but the underground levels remain sealed off, and officials deny any experimentation ever took place. Yet former workers swear that something went wrong, that something came through, something not human. We couldn't control it. We tried to shut it down, but it wasn't that easy, alleged Camp Hero scientist anonymously interviewed. Here's where it gets weirder. In the years following the supposed end of Montauk operations, people began coming forward with strange abilities. A woman in California claimed she could hear people's thoughts and traced her birth records to an orphanage near Montauk. A man in Oregon said he experiences time skips, often waking up hours away from where he fell asleep. He too was adopted from Long Island. A child in New Jersey was found drawing detailed schematics of machines that had never been invented, machines resembling to the Montauk chair. None of them remember being at Camp Hero, but all of them remember dreams of cold metal walls, flickering fluorescent lights, and men in white lab coats. So was Stranger Things really fiction, or is it a cleverly disguised confession? Is it just a story meant to entertain, or a way to slowly condition the public to the truth that our government has done unspeakable things in the name of progress, and some of them worked? Camp Hero still stands, the radar still turns, and even today, Montauk locals say they feel something beneath the ground, humming, pulsing, waiting. Maybe Stranger Things is just a story, but maybe, just maybe, the real story was darker, the real experiments never stopped, and the real monsters were never from the upside down, but from right here on Earth. As always, thank you for watching. Until next time, stay weird.